Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is me, Spongy T, alongside Villanonymous.
Yeah.
It has been quite some time you've had the duo together, but we're back because this right here is what I've been waiting for the last 3 months of my entire life. Because I flew out there. Not only did I attend this event, I flew all the way to Chicago. Also, on a rumor, not a reality, until, months in anticipation and morons. But before we go on, after tonight, we will never, ever, ever speak about the other company that is nowhere near the leagues of the World Wrestling Federation ever again on this fucking channel. There's no need, unless it's the only exception is FTR. That's it. The only
Yeah.
exception is FTR, and whenever some of the wrestlers that we do like jump ship back to the where they'll get used, and if they ever listen to this shit at all, I would say free fucking Aleister Black, Andrade, Ricky Starks. Who the fuck else is out there that's stuck in a contract that should be FTR?
Claudio.
What?
Claudio.
Claudio, free Claudio. Danielson if he wants to finally come back. Fucking MJF better not have re-signed a damn contract because ain't nobody gonna watch him anymore. I'm just telling you, nobody.
Especially now that he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt and he's probably gonna lose the belt to Samoa. Samoa Joe should just jump back ships at this point, but he's probably stuck until 27 as well, like everybody else. Who else?
Yeet.
Who else would you like just to go back because they'd get used better? The House of Crack. The House of Crack need to jump.
Oh my God. Can you imagine what would happen with Dominic Mysterio and Buddy Murphy?
That would be amazing. Fucking Jim Ross needs to come back.
Oh.
No, but that's not gonna happen. But
Tony Schiavone.
Who else is over there that should jump ship? That should take these notes. That's it. Last of the roll call.
Probably.
So, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I mean, outside of like Bryan Danielson.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Survivor Series. We're not reviewing the pay-per-view, but we'll talk about the news and everything that's happened pre and now. The last time we were here, the last time we were together on a pod, I think we reviewed one little thing, and then it was the Punk incident, the greatest Punk incident of all time. What I have to say about this? For months, we all back and forth if he was gonna come back or not. We still don't know yet, and months have passed by. And there's reports from stupid Dave and stupid Brian and stupid everyone that's not like Boozer at this point. Or fucking, that's literally it. That's pretty reliable because he called it and he said it. Fuck Dave Meltzer and the wrestling.
We need to thank the Young Bucks and Jack Perry right now. We need to thank them so much right now.
They deserve their funeral flowers because they killed their company. Yes,
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
This company is nowhere near the second. They are no secondary company. They are the garbage company now, officially. Sorry, FTR.
Impact said what?
Impact is the secondary company. That's how you say it. So, moving forward, any words from you before we talk about this? The actual thing. I break it down. From you, villain.
Yeet. I'm good.
Yeet. All right. So it is. I went there live, so I was in attendance. So the crowd was rowdy to the start, excessively the loudest crowd I've ever been to. They kick it off with the women's war games. Had its cool spots. It was cool. I wish Diamond Control should have won, but oh well. Next was Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. Cool match, star power there, but it ended oddly. It ended really oddly. Second match was Rhea versus Zoe Stark. This is where I went to go get Pepsi, but I also watched the match too. The match was cool, just that it was cut. It was seemingly short, but it was short for a reason. It was cut short.
Wait a minute. You went to get a Pepsi? Is that a goddamn CM Punk reference?
Oh boy. Oh no. And then, after that, the return of the night happened, ladies and gentlemen. The fucking guy we've been rumored for fucking 3 months that has been gone for so long. The biggest return of it all, R-Truth finally came back.
And I don't even know if that's PG.
That was amazing. That's why I flew all the way over there. This is what I was waiting for. Our fucking truth, man. After that, it was the men's war games. Everyone did the Judgment Day did their entrance together. Drew did his entrance.
You missed something.
What did I miss?
You
Pow.
missed. You missed the Miz and Gunther,
Oh, sorry, yeah. The Miz and
and that shit
Gunther was
slapped.
that Miz and Gunther was the first match after the War Games. Sorry, I forgot about that match. That match was
Shit slapped.
amazing, and I thought I almost had a belief that Gunther was gonna lose. I was so scared shitless. I was like, oh my god, no way. He low blowed him. He hit his head on the turnbuckle, the revealed exposed turnbuckle. I was like, stop playing. Miz is not winning. Please no. And
And
Gunther,
then he hit the skull crushing finale.
yep, and that didn't take him out. And then he hit him with a Boston Crab or a Lion Tamer.
It was a lion tamer. Take that,
was,
Jericho.
and that shit was hilarious. And Gunther is still retaining, defending, undisputed Intercontinental Champion. Pow. Then it was the men's
Brother.
games. All right. Okay, it's It's been a long night, but it was a fast, long night. Okay, the Judgment Day make their entrance. Drew McIntyre makes his entrance. Then Cody. Then Sammy. Then Rollins. Then who else was on their team?
Uso.
Oh, yeah, Jey Uso. See, look,
Yeet.
this team is so
Yeet.
I completely forgot about the members. Anyway, and then no Randy came out, so it was like, oh. Then the 5 minutes go by. Everyone's getting in. They're fighting. A stupid table spot. A weak table spot. Then the timer goes down to 5 minutes, and then the 5 minutes end, and then the buzzer goes off, and it's Rhea Ripley's music, and she's running down with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And Villain was a big fan of this spot right here because he's like,
I was. I legit. I would have been good if this became a world title match because everything else that happened after this still could have happened.
it really could have. And then Randy's music hit right before Rhea Ripley was about to cash it in for him. And Randy comes out. He's excited. He looks in the best shape of his entire career. And he gets in that ring and he destroys all of Judgment Day. And he just goes off on them. RKO on Dominic Mysterio. Then they all do, he does his DDT. Then they all do the DDT. And then
That shit was fire.
And then Jey Uso does a frog splash. Seth Rollins with a curb stomp. Sami Zayn with a Hula kick. Cody Rhodes with a crossroads. RKO. They get JD McDonough all the way to the top of the cage. Throw him off. Super RKO. And then Cody does a crossroads on Damian Priest. 1, 2, 3. The crowd goes wild. And that's how they ended Survivor Series, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a really great time to see Randy Orton. And we're about to go home. Everyone's getting up on their feet. They show the little trademark, and the lights go out. So that was Survivor Series. Thank you guys for watching. Keith,
well, about that. Is that really how it ended, Sponge?
That's how it happened in the crackhead's mind. But in reality...
That's how it happened in TK's mind.
That's how it happened in TK's mind. But in reality, I'm over here waiting for something. They ended 15 minutes early. I'm like, there's no way they're ending it 15 minutes early. And I was starting to lose hope because Randy did come out. I was kind of losing hope, and I was like, oh my god, losing hope. But then I was getting up to my seat and looking at the stage. I was looking if they were going to set up a camera. Because, Keith, you know when you go to a live taping, they usually set the camera pre-up when someone's coming out. You know, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but they're not going to jump the gun and make you think that somebody's coming out. Come on now. They had to make you panic.
But they did not do that. And first of all, they're still celebrating, and Cody's music is still playing. And as I'm standing up next to the lady, like saying, like in the minute, I have my phone, and I'm looking around the arena. Everyone's standing. I'm looking around the entire arena, left and right. Everybody's just standing. Some people are slowly leaving, but there's just people just standing. And then that's when the went by, and I went nuts. I jumped out of my seat into another seat.
And he had to stand on the chair to see over everybody.
Okay. And it was going nuts. The crowd was going absolutely nuts. People were jumping.
There's a video out there. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a video out there of Sponge. And he goes, I'm standing on my chair. Because he couldn't see over anybody else.
No,
it was great.
Okay, all right. Anyway, can you hear me in that video say that?
I did. You can. That's why I'm telling everybody. It's because you had to be able to see over everybody
I went
else.
nuts for this, okay? This is what I flew all the way out there for. I went nuts for it. Everyone went nuts for it. The people around me were like throwing themselves like a mosh pit. It was like he had them mosh pitting in the fucking nosebleeds. Like this man, this is what. How the fuck did they fumble this villain? How the fuck did he fumble so hard? The people are mosh pitting for a fucking CM motherfucking Punk, and it's not in a concert when he comes out, villain. Can you please explain to me?
I love the redo, the remaster of Cult of Personality. Living Color
I
outdone
loved his
themselves
icon of
again.
every single logo design of every single year he had. If you did notice that, villain.
I did.
And I loved how it just showed the 10 years of his work, other than the Ring of Honor stuff, because, you know. But that shit was fucking fire. I can't wait for tonight on Raw. Raw is commercial free. Punk, Orton is kicking off Raw. Punk is ending
Raw's
Raw.
commercial free for the first hour.
And you get Randy Orton in the first hour.
I thought they said that Punk was opening up.
I think I read it wrong, but it might not. But whenever this is published, we're gonna review Raw tonight. We're reviewing Raw tonight. The first Raw we together reviewed in like.
Remember, we're still gonna be doing this live.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be doing Raw live on my TikTok channel because I can reach more people that way
yes.
and bring them on over to the fan base. That is Wrestle Relaunch,
So I'm
sponsored by Dave Meltzer.
I walked out. I was like super hyped. Go buy that merch. Fuck all the observers that are not us. That are not just anyone that's like you have to pay for to get news from. You have
Everybody who's everybody who remembers the last video that me and Sponge did together when we were talking about Punk being fired and the whole Jack Perry incident. We sat here and we were talking and we said Survivor Series is where we had this all the way back in August. We had this. So
and I flew there
that is to our credit.
people convinced me to do it, and I fucking don't regret
You're
it.
welcome.
My
You're
Moose and
welcome.
Villain were the two that pushed me to fucking go to it, and I fucking did, and I got what I was thinking in my head. I got what was coming, and it was worth it. I can't wait for Raw tonight, and we're gonna be back later tonight. What I thought about this was it's just a nail in the coffin for the other company. Triple H again said, "I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. He's not the same person he was 10 years ago. And if you were, you haven't grown." That quote will stick with me forever. That was smart of his saying. I loved what he said. Also, sorry to have my EVP on, but I'm gonna have to make a choice here on the future terms of villain. But anyway, uh, so yeah.
What?
What do you mean what? You know what you did.
You're not getting rid of me. Not at all.
Oh, one day we will. But
Yeah, okay, you and your motorcycle incident there, bud.
yeah, the motorcycle was the one that took you out.
Anybody actually hear the story of what happened to Sponge
Whoa,
a couple weeks ago?
What story are you talking about, man?
What happened to you, Sponge?
Yeah.
What happened on what was it, a bike or a scooter? Like what happened to you?
Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, you did tell me about that, but you didn't tell the people about that.
Did I tell you about the scooter incident?
He told everybody that I was in this crazy motorcycle accident. And then only just a couple of weeks after which he gets into his own actual real life accident and takes himself out for a while.
I forgot. I forgot I told you that I fucking had the scooter accident.
Bruh, you come at the villain, you best not miss.
See, that was my karma. I didn't even think of that way. But yeah, I did have a
Son of a
scooter
bitch.
accident downtown, and it was pretty bad. But it wasn't as bad as the downfall of the other company.
Yeah, you're right. They did that to themselves.
They nuked themselves. Poor MJF, poor FTR, poor Ricky Starks, poor House of Crack, poor Andrade, and I would say Jeff Hardy. But you know,
You mean like half the women's division?
And if any of the females that want to get used on TV and reused correctly, just hop over at this point. Like Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill hasn't even wrestled, and she's presented more of a star than any of the women's roster in fucking AEW. Have you noticed that, Keith?
Yeah. Yes, I have. I have noticed that.
Like this lady, we have never seen Jade Cargill fight in WWE, and she's fucking more over than the women's champion, whoever that is.
Yeah, but remember, Triple H spoke about that at the press conference too.
Did they change their minds about it or something like that, right?
No, he just said, when she says that she's ready, then she'll be ready. I don't want to rush her like they did in other places. I was like, oh shit!
That's what I meant. But that's fucking.
Yo, he buried that other place that I can't seem to remember the name of.
I know it's been quite a couple long time, but man, my hometown hero. Did I say hometown hero? I bought a Chicago flag, by the way, and I put it in my room. So I claim Chicago as like a second home because of how much I loved it being out there.
This fucking guy, I swear to God.
I love Chicago more than fucking Seattle in the 3 days that I was there. I appreciated it.
Yeah, because it's never raining in Chicago.
No, it's snowing. It was snowing when I was there the whole time. I prefer the snow over the rain.
Chicago in November. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get snow, bud.
But if they do a pay-per-view out in Chicago again, I'm definitely going. If they do a pay-per-view in New York, I'll fucking figure out a way.
Remember, everybody in the comment section, let him know that he has to go to New York City. We have to do one of these live.
Oh God, we're gonna be at his house and we're gonna set up the microphones and it's gonna be live. Or we can be outside on top of the Empire State Building.
Or by Subway.
Or in a Subway, yeah, you're right. Make the theme. But furthermore, I can't remember what I was gonna say, but are we missing anything? Anything
I have one great conspiracy theory.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What if Punk realigns with Paul Heyman? Not the bloodline, but Paul Heyman just to take out Seth.
Let me talk to you. What if you know what my QAnon conspiracy theory is? What if Punk planned this from the start? He got into the year. He came back in the 2022 because he was gone for almost the whole 6 months, right? Because the Cult of Personality remaster was applied like for release back in April or some shit like that. I was reading the transcript and that it was set to release. They did it in April and it was set to release this month. What if he planned all of this? He snagged $1 million. Hold on. He snagged $1 million from TK. He gets a crazy money deal for AEW with Warner Brothers. Then he does this. He finds a way to get out of the company. Everything's still doo-doo. Then he's unhappy. And he purposely did that. Beat garbage cans booty at All In. And fucking knew that was his exit because he had a great match with Samoa Joe, and then he did the bloodline symbol as soon as he left, and then he finally got out of his way of his contract how he wanted to, and then he fucking yep, November Survivor Series is where, and this is where it came up in the idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize in advance for my counterpart over there. I don't know what kind of paraphernalia is out there nowadays for Gen Z, but wow, I don't even know what kind of rabbit hole he just led us down.
What if he
that shit is insane.
What if he had that mindset? Wouldn't you think? I'm also very, 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 very big.
He would never have been re-signed anywhere if that was actually the way it happened.
I'm very baked, by the way, so I'm very thinking of. But what if
when you dive into the conspiracy theories that deep, you wind up being a retired wrestler on TikTok who threatens to quit if Punk comes back and then goes back on it. Because I will be talking about that all over TikTok when I'm on TikTok at 8 o'clock at the top of the hour.
Don't you want to tell the viewers what you're talking about?
Ryback on TikTok, on Twitter, on fucking YouTube, every single platform that he has to speak on. Ryback on Saturday morning put out a video that said that he was going to retire forever if Fragile Phil came back at Survivor Series.
Can I cut you off right now?
Yeah.
On Twitter, Dixie Carter is at Raw backstage, and there's a picture of her and Bruce Pritchard.
No fucking
Yeah.
way.
Former TNA owner Dixie Carter visiting tonight's Monday Night Raw. I just sent it to you on Twitter, and it's a picture of her. I think that's Bruce Pritchard, unless he shaved his beard. Yeah, it is Bruce Pritchard. She's
I'll tell you just right by the face. Yes, that is immediately Bruce Pritchard. Oh my God, Dixie Carter's at Raw. It's beginning.
imagine they
The
show.
T the TNA buyout is real.
Wait, but isn't she the former owner though?
I think she's still in there somewhere. I'm not sure.
But I don't know. You imagine she sold TNA to WWE. There's a picture of her, Cody, and Nick Aldis. Yo, is that Rockstar Spud? Hey, is Rockstar Spud still with WWE? I thought he got released.
Excuse me, sir. That is Drake Maverick. We will not be calling him anything else.
Yeah, I thought Drake Maverick got released. Didn't he? Didn't he get released?
And that photo with Dixie Carter and Cody and Nick Aldis, that's actually just a great photo. Why is Nick Aldis at backstage at Raw?
Ah, that's funny. They're gonna. It's Adam Pearson, Punk, or Adam Pearson, him are gonna fight for Punk.
Wow. You know what? they're probably gonna fight over who gets Punk and who gets Randy.
You imagine they have a fucking match? You think that would be a good match? Not Nigel McGuinness. What the fuck is his name? I just said his name like 5 minutes ago. What's his name, Keith?
Nick Aldis
Nick Aldis versus
and Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce in a fucking one-on-one match for the first CM Punk ladder match or whatever. Would that be a good match?
It's the CM Punk on a pole match. Hell yeah!
Or is that a good match, villain? You think? Have you ever seen the bald guy fight?
What, Adam Pearce? Yeah, he was actually pretty good.
Did you like Nick Aldis in the ring?
No, I love Nick Aldis in the ring.
So
When he was Magnus back in TNA, that shit was fire.
You think they could throw a banger match?
I don't think they could, but I'm sure Nick Aldis could still fucking go a crazy banger with whoever's on the Raw roster right now.
Jesus. Well, any final words for Punk's return before we get carried away with other stories?
28 minutes till top of the hour.
Yep, villain. 28 minutes.
I need a thumbnail. Let's go. Well, a background.
A backdrop with you. All right.
Tammy Sitch. We'll talk about that later.
Yo, Tammy. Jesus Christ. Back, my Christmas present came early. As you guys know, I'm a huge CM Punk mark more than I almost called these Seth Rollins. Keith. I'm more of a Punk fan than Keith is, or Seth Rollins is as well too. Seth Rollins seems to have loved CM Punk. But yeah, any final words?
Don't believe the hype. Rollins wasn't actually pissed. There's a video out of him doing an interview just a couple of weeks ago where he was talking about headlining WrestleMania against CM Punk for the world title. So
no, that interview was from like 3 years ago.
no,
Yes, it was.
he was sitting there with the world heavyweight title belt next to him. That belt's only been around since this year.
You and your QAnon conspiracy theories are.
Oh, my QAnon conspiracy theories. Meanwhile, you're saying that Punk got himself fired intentionally just to steal money, just to go back over to this other place.
Well,
Like, boy, like.
Steal the money. Maybe he just was making a buttload of money and getting the fuck out of there like I would do that.
Yeah, but you're Gen Z. He's the best in the world.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, he probably got himself fired.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
But
Cry me a river.
Furthermore, that Rollins interview is older, and you're full of crack.
Cry me a river.
And he said at a live event yesterday that he's not gonna deal with someone who's been gone for 8 years trying to burn this place to the ground.
Yeah, he said the same thing about Cody, and he said the same thing about Riddle, and he said the same thing about.
He did not say the same thing about Riddle. He said, "Where's your wife and kids?"
So
that was different. That was funny.
He said that same shit about Cody. You try to tear down what I've been building. Nobody been building shit around Seth Rollins. Nobody cares about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was in a spot with the fucking steel steps and a plastic eyeball. Like nobody gives a shit about Seth Rollins.
No,
His
villains
shit
don't
went
give a shit about
his
Seth
shit
Rollins.
went stale. He didn't build shit. All I know is Roman's been champ for almost 4 years. So if you want to build something around somebody, it ain't Seth. Hate to tell you.
Well, any last words here?
Yeet.
Do you want me to put CM Punk on the poster?
No, just keep it as a generic Wrestle Relaunch.
All right, Wrestle Relaunch. We're out of here. We'll see you on the next one.